Good morning, YouTube friends. So I've got this video, and it's a collection of clips. And towards the end, well, in the middle and at the end, there's some Heather content, which is, I know, what people crave. That's why we're here. That's why I'm engaged here, because it's about Heather. However, I've had some comments lately that I remove often, saying, you need to stop having this channel just about you. It's all about you, and your ego. And that sort of stings a bit. I know I should just ignore that nonsense, but it made me stop and think about what's been going on here. And I shared that news clip yesterday, and in that news clip on CTV News, I described how this channel, these videos is a sort of journaling. It's how I process my feelings and my emotions. And I think it's valuable for people to see what it's like to go from where I was, 3 years ago, I guess, just learning, coming to grips with being a caregiver, to showing that, I'm starting to conclude now these days that, well, I'm going to have a life. Things will be okay. And the biggest thing was getting used to living here all alone in this house, without being despondent all the time. And that took some mental gymnastics to get to that point. I really worked on it. I kept my social connections and my hobbies. And this is a huge hobby for me, this video sharing. And it's only going to grow. So the channel has changed. And it's going to continue to change. I don't feel like showing Heather in her current circumstances because it's sad to witness the decline. But I will share bits and pieces of it. The last bit of video on this clip here, the last clip on this video, is pretty cool. You'll enjoy it. So this channel's going to change. It's going to be about a spouse of somebody, a man who lost his wife to dementia and has learned to cope with life and has moved into other enjoyable and valuable activities. And that's where we are. We're on the cusp of that. Even while I continue to be a caregiver, you're going to see some changes in this channel, and I think you're going to love them. So anyways, here comes a series of clips of it started on January 1st. The first clip is me walking in the snow on January 1st and reflecting on this year. and then I move into this rowing machine I bought and a few other things. You'll see it, and you'll also enjoy some Heather content. So let's take it away, and I will get this video pushed to YouTube by the end of the day because I have more videos coming that you're really going to enjoy. So that's it. Let's go. So here it is, January 1st, 2026. And woohoo. It was not a good year for us, and this coming year is not going to be any good either. So it is what it is. I'll try to make the most of it. When I'm at home, I'm always thinking about Heather, and I may sometimes kid myself that I'm happy. I don't think I am.
I feel sad all the time. I'm not the person I was. Lisa dying, it's like I lost most of me, all the good stuff, all the happiness, the joy and everything. I feel like I'm nothing,
That's not true.
People think that I'm sort of okay, like I'm getting on with it. I'm snarky now and again, and that this is a lapse. But it's not. This is me all the time now.
Yeah. This is where I'm happiest. This is my role here. This is my purpose these days. And when I can come here and be with her, I feel okay. And sometimes we're sitting here watching TV, and she's got a grip on my hand. And when I try to leave, she's not looking at me, but she's holding tight. She'll hold anybody's hand, but she'll hold tight. Right, honey? Sometimes her thumb does this to my hand. That's something. Hey, honey? And Heather always used to chew her nails, and the nails on her right hand are, which one? They're chewed down. No, she stopped chewing her nails. There's nails. These are the ones that she was still continuing to chew. Yeah, now she has nails in both hands. So up until a couple of weeks ago, she was chewing. She continued to chew these nails down, but not these ones. So left brain, right side neglect. So she would not chew these, but she chewed these. Now she's not chewing these. So I wonder if that indicates further some right brain implications there. I don't know. In any event, you're beautifully taken care of. And I mean, you're content. You're smiling a bit, right? Do you laugh too? A little smile. Little mirroring. I love you so much, honey. It's mirroring, you know. It's mirroring behavior, but it's okay. It's something, right? It's something. Right, baby? I'm using Kate and Craig's car, and I wonder, do you guys do this too? This is rust protection, so they spray a sort of film under the car and in the cavities. And it's essential here where they put salt on the streets. Not a bad idea. Okay, I'm telling myself, no. Avoid the candy store. It's 2026. You've got some New Year's plans here to shed a couple of pounds and stop the candy garbage. That's a better spot here. Hey, I'm not sure how good this camera is in low light. I think it's probably not great, but you can see what I've done here is I reinstated this wood stove. It's a little Yodel F100. And Heather and I put the stove in. We put the stove in, years ago. Well, probably 7 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that, right after our last renovation, our big renovation. And Heather and I sat here night after night in the winter and in the mornings. I mean, it was just so cozy. But I removed it, as I said in a previous video, to put a table here, a small kitchen table, dining room table, when we moved to a one-floor living. So I've just put the stove back, and by golly, you can tell it is cozy as can be. So I think this is good from a mental health perspective. I think it's a positive thing for me to do this, and I think about how nice it would be to sit here with Heather, but that's not going to happen, is it? So maybe I'll have company here once in a while, and we'll sit around the stove. Anyways, it's very, very beautiful, very cozy. And then I was clever. I keep a mat down here with a couple of weights. This is day one. And the idea is that if the weights are here by the rowing machine, then maybe I'll do some weightlifting too without even getting out of my seat. So, just simple stuff. Not heavy. They're not heavy weights, but they're enough to get a workout. So I'm not going to go through a whole workout here, but just to show you what is doable at home. And, this isn't just for physical health. It's for mental health, because whenever you exercise, you release good neurochemicals that lift your mood. They chemically improve your mood. They're like chemical antidepressants. I've never taken an antidepressant, and I would just as soon avoid it if I can, because they have side effects. Obviously, they're very helpful for a lot of people, but I think I can get by, doing this stuff. So I try to hack my mind, and the whole neuroplasticity thing that I discussed in a video 2 years ago, where, you just repeat and do things that make you happy, and eventually it'll catch on. So that's my day today, and we'll catch you later. Is that better with a little coat for Penny? Okay, time for a little more cooking. And I shared that recipe earlier. And so there's my pan of vegetables. That's going in the oven at 425. There's my big list of spices in there. It's got curry powder, cumin, coriander, turmeric, ginger, paprika, cinnamon, cayenne, and chili flakes. And I'm just sauteing it in some olive oil to get the fragrance happening. So then I made up 6 cups of stock with this Knorr vegetable bouillon cubes. And I put a couple lentils in there. So this will simmer for the remaining 40 minutes or so that the vegetables will be in the oven. Beautiful. Okay, let's go see what's happening in the front. That's a big operation. Hey guys, we just did a little interview with Emma Convey.
Hi!
She's a reporter, a journalist with CTV here, and hoping to see it on the news, I think later.
5 o'clock tonight.
5 o'clock tonight. We're tuning in the news, so it was fun doing the interview. I'll share a link as a post. So after the soup, well, I would call it a disaster. A disaster. That is going out, and today, this is today's meal, bought from Costco. This is falafels that I'll warm up in the microwave, and a quinoa, a Mediterranean quinoa salad, and that'll be a little better, a little less explosive. And then I put this stuff on it: sweet chili sauce for chicken, well, it's for whatever you want. A Thai sweet chili sauce. Delicious, or as they say in the Netherlands, Dutch people, they go, lekker. Lekker. Okay, I've been trying, and I'm pretty confident that when I was speaking with Heather just now, she was listening and laughing, meaning she processed it. So Did you know I'm going to be on TV today? I did a TV interview. Did you know I did a TV interview? If you can understand me, blink once. Heather. Heather. Can you hear me? Heather. 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 Can you hear me? You can hear me, can't you? You can hear me, can't you? Do you understand me? Heather? Heather, do you understand me? You do, don't you? You're hearing me. This is just astounding. I really didn't think it was possible. And did I mention I did a an interview today with Emma Convey of CTV. She came to the house with cameras and interviewed me for TV. Blink once for yes, twice for no. And Heather, are you faking? Are you faking? Anyways, we did some back and forth stuff like this a few minutes ago, and man, I don't know, really makes me wonder. I think you're processing a lot more than is apparent. It's just you're choosing when to interact. I just wrapped up editing this video, and so this is the last clip. And I'm sitting here with Puppy, by the way. Say hello, Penny. Woof, 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 woof. My tracking just went funny. So I sat there with Heather at lunchtime today, and we used to have a bit of a running gag that her mother was a stickler for etiquette, table etiquette. I don't know why. She thought she was, I don't know, the upstairs, downstairs. She thought she was came from some kind of class structure or something. Anyways, doesn't matter. I'm not going to get into the details, but she always taught us that if you're eating a meal and you're pausing, you can lay your cutlery or your silverware at angles on your plate. But that when you're finished your meal, you align the cutlery, the knife and the fork, parallel, and put them at a slight angle from vertical. So it'd be like 10 and 4, and slightly off the edge of the plate. So Heather and I have always found this, it's been a running gag, a very funny thing. And I was talking to Heather today, and I whispered to her, as we used to have this co-conspiratorial tone. I said, "Oh, I was out for dinner with somebody the other night, and Heather, they put their knife and fork down at the end of the meal in a haphazard fashion, rather than having it lined up correctly, as I have just done with yours." And her eyes turned sideways to look at me, and she got a grin on her face, and I'm like, mind explode. So it takes me back to what I was just saying. I get the sense that sometimes there's some language processing, some cognition going on there. I mean, it's been a long time since I have picked up on anything to that degree, but it sure looks like it. I'm not 100% positive. I wish there was some kind of test I could do to find out, but that's the reason you keep speaking to somebody with dementia or Alzheimer's. Keep speaking to them in normal tones, and speak to them as you always would have before they got sick. Don't infantilize them. Don't stop talking to them. Keep speaking to them in normal tones. Try to give them some kind of quality of life and mental stimulation. So that's where we are with that. And part number 2 to this wrap up is I just did an interview with a guy by the name of Kit Childs. And Kit is another husband at Northwood who goes to visit his wife Jillian almost every day. And he has been there since I arrived with Heather, since Heather arrived. And he's a very bright and kind man. And so I sat down and we had a little chat. I'll be sharing that video sometime very soon on the channel. So that's it for this video. I really, really enjoy and appreciate the engagement here. There are some amazing comments. You guys are so supportive, and it does me a world of good, and I think it helps you folks too, the subscribers and people who watch this channel. I know it does based on the comments. So thanks a lot. And please check if you are subscribed to the channel or not. I know quite a number of you are not. So if you are, please have a look. I mean, if you're not, please have a look. And then click that button below that says subscribe. And you can give this a thumbs up that you like it. And you can share it if you want. And some of you will have a hype button. You can always hype it too if you want. Why? I don't know. It just seems like a good thing to do. So that's it for today. Stay tuned for my next video, which will be an interview with Kit Childs. So have a great rest of your day.